Hey, Jake's back and he's got his own show. He's on the mic and he's ready to go. Noodle on his left, Jess on his right. Hey, hold up, don't start a fight. He's got you covered with all the sports. Don't fret, he's wearing shorts. It's time for Waking Jake in the morning, Waking Jake at night. Jake sucks.
Whoa. Oh. You can
That's
run.
the show.
You can hide, but you can't escape my love. Good morning, lovers and friends. BBD and Jake gotta do it again. Welcome to Waking Jake in the morning. Hope everyone's having a fantastic Monday. Me and producer BBD are live from the Roosevelt Studios, RSVLTS. I've got kind of my Tyler, the Creator, Roosevelt's vibe going on with the button up and the flattish brim hat. A lot of people compare us a lot. So, hope you guys are having a good Monday. Hope you had a great weekend. And we're almost entering a straight football world, BBD. Which, by the way, should be a little more scary. This was kind of a rough football weekend so far. A couple games tonight. We'll talk about that at the end. The fantasy teams had ugly weeks. A lot of guys played terrible. Aaron Rodgers, looking at you. So we'll do that in a second. But what we start off with on Waking Jake is the game of the night. You know, one of our more creative segments. I think I came up with that title. The game of the night, you come into the office. You're slacking with your boss who you kind of hate. But they like sports, so you try to get out of it. The game of the night was there was a Game 7, the two best words in hockey. Game 7 last night, Braves, Dodgers. Dodgers were down 3-1 in this series. They fight back to make it 3-3. And we're teeing it up last night. Atlanta Sports, nervous. Rookie Ian Anderson. Ian Anderson, he's been pretty nasty this year. Hasn't given up a run in the playoffs yet. Going against Dustin May. Gets the start for the Dodgers. A little bit of a surprise. Hard throwing righty. From Texas, though. And BBD in the first, he walks the first two hitters, 8 pitches. Not his ideal NLCS Game 7 start. Marcell Ozuna, the Big Bear, continues to rake. It's 1-0 Braves. Hey, he gets out of the inning, double play ball, strikeout, huge. They needed that. And Atlanta, teaser, could have used a couple more runs. In the second, my doppelganger, Dansby Swanson, goes tank job, 434 beepers. How about that? In that stadium in Arlington. It's 2-0 Braves. Is this offense going to continue to do it? In the third, the Dodgers answer back. Will Smith beats the shift, a 2 RBI single, dribbles through the right side. Nobody over there. It's 2-2, and then Young. He's thick. Austin Riley, the young third baseman for the Baby Braves. They're not Baby Braves. Half of them are. He gets the RBI single. It's 3-2. It would stay 3-2 into the sixth. Biebert and Kike Hernandez, a guy who's in Dodger lore. He's got the 3-homer game. He homered in their last elimination game. He homers again to tie it, gets all sorts of sexy on it. Mean in the dugout. Fizz facing it. And then in the seventh, Cody Bellinger, get your gifts, get your memes, #weed. He hits a bomb. Only listed at 400 feet, but it was pretty, never a doubt. Pretty swing when he does it right, huh? It's 4-3 Dodgers. Dodgers go Dustin May to Tony Gonsolin, Catterday, Blake Trinan for 2 clean innings. Wow. Hindsight, I didn't realize he got 2. Gratterall, and then Urias for 3. They hold the Braves to 3 runs. Anderson, Matzik, Green, Minter, Martin, Melanson hold the Dodgers to 4. So if you're quick math, Dodgers win 4-3. Dodgers move on. They come back from down 3-1 in the series. It's brutal, man. I mean, Dodgers, I do think they're the better team. This team's been through a lot of playoff wars. I think this Braves team is on the way up. Atlanta Sports, everyone was showing that the other day. 28-3, 3-1 lead. Georgia football, I think they were up on Bama 20-7 in a big game. People were showing that. So, City's getting a little bit of a bad rap. It's tough, man. It's tough. We have the Mansplain Baseball Girls, their podcasts and socials. They're attached to our company. We love them. And it's brutal. So, tough break for the Braves. I do think it's the start of something for them. A lot of young guys. I mean, if you look at a lot of their starting pitchers that pitched in the series, their kids, Soroka got hurt. He wasn't involved. And the Dodgers, man, I mean, they still got dudes that do it. Mookie had a two-hit day. Corey Seager gets MVP, even though he goes 0 for 5 in this game. Justin Turner gets on base a couple times. Muncy with the hit. Will Smith with the hit. Belly with kind of the game changer. So a lot of guys you're familiar with. Their bullpen, how about going 6 shutout? Trinan, Gratterall, Urias. So Dodgers move on. It'll be Dodgers-Rays World Series. The guy, Andrew Friedman, like president of operations / GM, one of those weird fake titles that runs the Dodgers, he used to run the Rays. So, and like the people that run the Rays used to be with him. So everyone's connected. It should be a fun series. I don't know. And that's the game of the night. So, BBD, thoughts on the baseball? Maybe thoughts on the game? Thoughts on the series? I don't know.
I don't know, man.
I don't know.
Feel bad for Atlanta. Feel bad for the Mansplain girls who were understandably heartbroken. You're up 3-1. You thought you were getting it because they played well to get there. They didn't luck into that.
Yeah.
And they were like a good team all year. They won their division and everything. Like, it wasn't. There's no reason not to believe once you were up 3-1, you wouldn't ultimately win until it became like 3-2. And once you're tied, it's anything happens in one game. And good on the Dodgers bullpen. Like, when you got to the guys who are actually bullpen guys, like, locked it down.
Yeah.
Like, fully locked it down. No hits in the last 6 innings for the Braves.
Yeah, and I think if the Braves, and we'll be talking about this on Talking Baseball after this a little bit, and then we'll be previewing the World Series. Minter and Martin, who got hit around for the Braves. Minter pitched 42 pitches in the start 2 games ago, and I think that was a career high for him or something like that.
I believe so.
And Martin pitched 30 pitches the night before in a game they were losing, and that's that whole conversation we were having that it's like, hey, you kind of, if you're losing in a Game 6, you kind of have to play for the Game 7. And now I think Snit's got some questions to answer, which is tough. And, hey, I did this with Yankees-Rays, and I do truly believe it. I think if the Yankees and Rays played their do-or-die game 10 times, I think they split it 5-5. I really do. I think Cole's that good. The Yankees lineup is that good, and the Rays are that good. I just think that's baseball. This one is like 6-7 times out of 10 the Dodgers win it. 6.5. That's unfair. That's not how the game's supposed to work. Dodgers are really good. Man, the Braves had some bigger opportunities early, man. And that's got to sting more. They could have went up big. They could have went up big. I mean, they had
chances to blow it open.
They were up 1-0 with runners on first and second, no outs, and then double play ball strikeout. So, I mean, even a bunt and a sac fly would have been 2 runs probably in the first. And then who knows? How does this game go? Does Kershaw come in extras?
Any given inning, like one more run in those early innings where they were putting runners on and scoring.
Changed the whole course of the game, yeah.
At any of those.
And I know that seems hot takey in a 1-run game, but good for the Dodgers. They advance. Dodger fans were ready to tear down that team once again. They move on to the World Series. Starts tomorrow night. Starts tomorrow night. And what we have in between there, BBD.
Well, first, slight amendment. I'm aware Urias usually starts and everything. They're very comfortable with using him out of the bullpen. And, I guess I don't want to say don't expect him to start in the World Series. But, they're using him out of the bullpen. He's a real
It's
bullpen
been
weapon.
cleared. Yeah, and I think
somebody mentioned that he starts. I know that.
I think the bigger thing there, and I'm going to talk about him in a little bit. Teaser. Man, we did this in the Red Sox World Series. They went to Sale when they need to get the final outs of the World Series. This was a do-or-die game. They let Urias go for 3. Ken Lee was there. I mean, Pedro Baez was, but was he really? Kershaw. I think it's interesting. Dave Roberts, maybe this was their plan. 3 innings? I don't know. Ken Lee was up in the bullpen, so if there was any trouble, they would have went to him.
It worked.
But really good job by him. 3 innings, 39 pitches, no hits. The bullpen, Trinan, Gratterall, Urias, 6 innings, 0 hits. The only base runner was an Ozzie Albies walk. So that you almost didn't feel that when you were watching as neutral fans, I think. But if you're a Braves fan, that had to stink. No base runners for 6 innings? Jeez. That's tough.
I was a later topic, but when I was thinking about Bro of the Night stuff, I was looking at stats. I didn't even notice Trinan went 2 innings, let alone 2 innings, no hits.
Yeah, I knew he went 1.
I remembered him being in.
Yeah.
Because he was in during the Turner play? Am I making that up? Maybe I am. I don't remember.
Yeah, we'll, for more of the baseball, check into talking baseball after this. BBD, it's Monday, which means it's an NFL Monday. And we're going to be catching up with the people on this together a little bit. Because I was checking in on the fantasy teams. I watched a little bit of the Giants and the Washington football team. Let's get an update on my Broncos and the Pats, a.k.a. what a game that was. Let's go to the football, and let's start with Bears-Panthers. Absolutely. Sir Purr. That's a clip. We might have to get that on the soundboard, BBD. Bears, early touchdown, field goal. It's 13-6 Bears at the half. Foles runs one in, 20-6. Mike Davis. Is he Arkansas, Indiana? I forget. Early fourth quarter, he scores. It's 20-13. Field goals the rest of the way. Bears, they improved to 5-1, 4-1.
I think so.
Bears are half good. That's
kind of the least scared anyone's been of a 5-1 team, but
yeah.
You are what your record says you are.
Amen. Speaking of, Bengals Colts, Cincy goes up 21-0. People are getting excited. The Colts are dead. Phillip Rivers is dead. A lot of people were flexing some Bengals tweets, but 3 second-quarter touchdowns by the Colts made it 24-21 at the half. Indy, Jack Doyle, my guy. I have a group of friends that we make a lot of Jack Doyle jokes. I'll get there in a second. And then T. Higgins for Cincinnati. He had a huge day. But, hey, Colts go up. They get the insurance field goal, 31-27. That's a good comeback by them. Obviously not how you want a game to go, but being able to come back from that at home, that's good. They needed that. I had Jack Doyle in fantasy a couple times, and every time I played him, it was like a classic 0.6 points, and you're just like, what? So I've just joked a lot that Jack Doyle is, the best blocking tight end in the game. We got the Lions on the screen.
Yeah.
Your Lions, BBD, Jaguars. A good note by you. Oh my God, don't care. Little fun. Lions 34, Jags 16. Keenan Cole with a nice day for the Jags. I think DeAndre Swift's kind of the story, / the Lions running game. Swift, 116, 2 tutties. Adrian Peterson, my God. It's nuts. 40 yards and a tutty, too. Lions win. That is a tough one. That's a tough one to sink your teeth into. Speaking of, Falcons, Vikings, yikes. Are people getting fired yet? Falcons win 40-23. Julio Jones had some man plays in this one. Just keeping other giant men away from him, speed-wise or strength-wise. Matt Ryan with a nice game. Holy smokes, Vikings. This was a team that was supposed to be, one of the more talented teams in the league the past couple years. They brought in Kirk Cousins to take them to the next level, and it's a disaster. I think Jefferson, the rookie, had a big game for him. Just going through fantasy notes. How about that? So good. What was the final in that game? 40-23. This is in Minnesota. Can't be doing that. Not good. Not good. Let's see, BBD. What do we got?
Giants.
Washington football team and the Giants. Danny Dimes, 74 rushing yards. He did have that one nice run, 49 yards. Man, this was Kyle Allen for the Washingtons. I don't know. BBD, I'll let you go for a second here. Giants win.
These teams are both pretty bad.
So bad.
But the Giants defense, kind of played a full game. They also kind of didn't.
Yeah.
They let that touchdown in at the very end that, because Ron Rivera decided to be aggressive and go for 2, which in general I think I like.
Yeah.
But it's why they lost.
And Washington scored right at the half, too, which changed this game. Daniel Jones, he had the bad interception, so now people are wondering if he's like a one bad play per game kind of quarterback, which is a terrible rep. I think that should have been reversed.
The one that was an interception, he was pretty clearly out.
Yeah.
His forearm fully on the sideline. He had a couple plays like that though, where the defender caught it, they landed out of bounds. That was the closest one, and they called an interception. Daniel Jones, but he's got to clean all of it up.
Yeah, hey, Giants.
And the fumbles are the bigger issue than the interceptions.
Giants.
Every interception he's had has been at a bad time.
Giants get a win on the board. That's big. Joe Judge gets his first win, and, they're kind of involved in this NFC East. Speaking of involved in this NFC East, the Eagles, BBD?
Yeah.
Who did they play?
Baltimore.
Oh, no. Eagles, Baltimore. Wow, this final score was closer than I thought. 30-28 Ravens. Baltimore was up 17-0 at the half, 24-6. And then Eagles, 3 straight. Wentz run to get it to a 3-point game. They've missed the 2-point conversion that would have tied it. That's got to be a bad feeling. NFC East, what are you guys doing? If you're going to make that comeback, just play better, the Eagles. Ravens win. Ravens are good. Guess it's a win on the road in the NFL, so you take it, but I don't know, man. NFC East. I might have to bring up the standings after this. We'll do a little standings talk. Steelers, Browns, quick notes on this. 38-7. I don't think the Browns have beaten the Steelers in Pittsburgh in 16 years or something like that. James Conner with the big game. This just 2 different franchises. This is the definition of it almost doesn't matter who's on the players. If the same owners and the same front office is in place, it's just not going to happen. Tough day for my guy Baker. Got benched. People were saying he's hurt and stuff, so we'll see what comes out of that. But yikes.
They've been playing well though.
Had been playing good up to that point. They still have a good record.
Steelers are really good, but the hope was that the Browns would also be really good.
If any of you just saw a little bit of air leave my body, I just saw Dolphins 24, Jets 0. What? What? This was the first game the Dolphins were favored in 4 years. Against the Jets. 8.5 points, and I guess they cover easily, huh? 24-0. We're moving on. Trevor Lawrence to the Jets, we guess. Fire Adam Gase now. Fire Adam Gase right now. Let that tweet pop up. BBD, there was a good game, and I guess this could have been a game of the night normally. Titans-Texans. Titans jumped out to 14-0 lead. A.J. Brown, touchdown. He's really good. Fursker. I saw he had a big day. I'm not super familiar for the Titans. 14-0. Texans, they start getting it going. It's 21-10 before the half, and then they started going off. David Johnson. That's right. Randall Cobb. These are like ghosts of fantasy football past doing it for the Texans. It's 23-21 Houston. Derrick Henry is a man. He gives Tennessee the lead back, 29-23. Texans came right back. Deshaun Watson to Fuller, 53 yards. Brandon Cooks, TD with 1:50 left, 36-29 lead. They missed the 2-point conversion. A little theme forming there. A.J. Brown, touchdown at the buzzer to tie it. Derrick Henry, TD run in overtime. That's it. That's all. Titans win 42-36. So is the Titans coach getting, or the Texans coach? Well, it used to be Bill O'Brien. I think it's Crennel right now. But if they kick the extra point, then the Titans would have had to score a 2-point conversion.
They would have had to get a 2-point conversion to tie.
So they were.
I think they were trying.
They were playing to end the game, and instead, I don't know, man. I know there's a lot of analytics, and I think 2-point conversions are at like a 52% clip. And I guess they have Derrick Henry, which seems like a 2-point conversion god a little bit, but I don't know. Kick the extra point.
Yeah, like I'm not like killing them for it, but also like I don't know.
I get it. You're trying to win the game. If you
score
that,
talk me into either.
If you score that, you're on the road. You've won the game. I get it. But and then the final 2 games of the day: Packers, Bucks. Rodgers, Brady, we're excited for this. Oh, we got my Broncos on the screen. How could I forget this beautiful affair in Foxborough? Broncos, 18. Patriots, 12. Brandon McManus, 6 field goals, baby. That's why you pay that man. I'll be honest, didn't watch this game. I mean, what? Was there 10 field goals? Is that all the scoring?
It's my understanding.
Cam, his first game back after COVID. I'm not sure how he looked. I obviously couldn't have been great. And then Broncos running back Melvin Gordon didn't play in this game because he got a DUI last week. So,
cool guy.
Tough. Broncos get a win. Drew Lock is back. Drew Lock season. Yeah, and then the final 2 games, I was getting into it. I was excited for this one. I mean, Rodgers, Brady, Packers, Bucks, a couple of teams that have been really good in the NFC. Green Bay goes up 10-0. Rodgers does the sexy dance. That was it. 38-0 Bucks the rest of the way. Ronald Jones looked really good. 113, 2 touchdowns. Brady to Gronk looked good. I haven't seen that look good in a while. Like, it looked natural. It looked good. I don't know. Bucks ran away with it. They started just pounding the rock. We got the Dolphins-Jets highlights up. Get those out of here forever. I don't know. Good for Tom Brady. They talked to Arians, and Bruce Arians was like, yeah, this is the first time our offense has looked like what we want it to look like. And 38 points, and Tom Brady, the Bucks are, it was a tough, weird loss last week, but they're back. So that's I think that's important in the NFC. And then the nightcap, Niners-Rams. Niners, who got embarrassed at the party last week by the Finns, who apparently are the Dolphins. Good. Jimmy G bounce back game. Good for him. He got crapped on all week. 268 yards, 3 tutties. Internet does still hate him. But hey, good for you. Bounce back. Hot. George Kittle, an absolute monster. He's fun to watch play. Niners 24, Rams 16. Sorry, Goff God, fan of Jomboy Media. That's the football, BBD. Any notes, any thoughts?
Yeah, I don't know what the Jimmy G thing is. I haven't watched any Niners this year. Apparently it looks terrible all the time, and I saw more memes last night.
Memes.
So.
What was a meme you saw, BBD?
There was the
meme game.
There was the one I saw that made me think, oh, he must have done something bad, but I didn't see an interception or anything. It was the one of that quarterback in TV show or movie that just throws it like that. And
yeah.
Jimmy G, and that was the extent of the joke.
That's pretty good. I like that meme.
It works. It made me laugh. I don't know what he did because he doesn't have an interception or anything. So I just don't know what the issue was yesterday. That
yeah.
It came up, or people were just getting jokes off.
I think it's a little bit of this. I don't think he's great, and I think everybody knew that, but he kept winning games, and he was on good teams, blah, blah, blah. I think football analytics are like, Jimmy G's not good, which is kind of true, and then you lose the Super Bowl, you had to throw for it, and being hot might hurt him here. I think if Jimmy G was uglier, I don't know. That's tough. Because if he was uglier, does he get the opportunity? Does he get the big contract? Yeah, I don't know. Good for Jimmy G. Weird, weird couple games tonight. Maybe they turn it around, but like, in one of my fantasy leagues, there's like 5 teams that are like 70 points and under. It's not good. A lot of weird. That Frisker guy on Tennessee had one of the biggest weeks.
Yeah, I feel like all the big
I still don't even know his
fantasy,
name.
like, didn't put in big numbers.
Weird week. Excited to get more
into
into
it
it.
this year, so I'm not super engaged with the fantasy numbers of everything. But
we are super engaged, BBD. That's the football. That's the baseball. No basketball, no random sports over the weekend? I don't think so, right?
Nothing that came
Hockey
onto my
company,
radar.
soccer company. Good. Again, we'll circle up a little bit. There is some football tonight, the double Monday Night Football. For now, this brings us to our comment of the day. Wake and Jake Bakers. You guys are the Bakers. He's Wake, I'm Jake. And I ask you guys to bake the algorithm. What's that mean? What's that mean, Jake? Hit the like button. Leave a comment, leave a review. We here at Wake and Jake, we bake the algorithm. We beat the system a little bit. You guys enjoy the show. We're watching. And, you know, every like, every comment, wherever you're watching, the Facebook crew. What up, Facebook? What's up, YouTube? What's up, Periscope? What's up, podcast app? You know, wherever you listen, every like, every review helps bake the algorithm a little bit. Rising tides raise all ships. I don't think I get that right. But, so from last Friday's episode, it's funny to see a lot of Braves fans kind of mad at me.
Right.
You know, Cody said Dodgers were hurt by the wind, and he says, okay, Braves were playing in the same conditions. And that's like, come on. I mean, come on, Cody. You know what we're talking about here. God, and this was in the middle of, like, the Astros comeback. By the way, Astros lost. I guess we probably should have mentioned that a little bit, but if you like sports and you're watching this, you probably know. How about that? Kristen Dumont, I feel like Jake's about to read us a Ginsberg poem with that mock turtleneck. What's a Ginsberg poem? Should I know? Is that Ruth? Or is that another?
What's the
Ginsberg poem? Allen Ginsberg. Let's see if I can find one. Allen Ginsberg poem. Howl looks like it's the most famous one. Okay, let's see it.
When does a turtleneck stop being like a mock turtleneck and just actual? Because I thought yours was just actual this time.
Yeah, that was like a real turtleneck. That's a good call, BB.
I don't know what the line of demarcation is. Maybe I don't know.
Yeah, please
Maybe
in the
I'm
chat,
just
in the
dumb.
comments, let us know. Everything is holy. Everybody's holy. Everywhere is holy. Every day is an eternity. Every man's an angel. Allen Ginsberg. So, wow. Kristen Dumont thought I was going to break into that last week in Jake. So, next time, for sure. We got some Springer free agency stuff. A lot of good comments. A lot of Dodgers, Braves base last week. So, thank you guys for leaving your comments. You know, something we always like is a sports community. Tampa says they're going double parades. Lightning and Rays. L.A., Lakers, Dodgers. We'll see.
We're guaranteed a double parade.
Guaranteed a double parade. Thank God.
/ no parade.
/ no parade. / probably Florida. L.A. will do it too.
They went out for the Lakers.
Everyone wants to get outside. Thank you guys. Keep baking the algorithm. Appreciate you guys. And that brings us to our fake last segment of the night, BBD, the bro of the night. Before we get into the bro of the night, the bro of the night is brought to you by ExpressVPN. It is the #1 virtual private network. Use it at your home, BBD. Get ExpressVPN. Use it at your home for Netflix. Get some content you didn't have access to. Sports. Watch some sports games you didn't have access to. Gaming. You know I'm getting back into gaming. Been playing that 2K1 golf game. Feel it. You get some different play rooms. You get some cheaper gear. Most importantly, ExpressVPN is safe, secure, and private. And if you sign up now, you get 3 months free. ExpressVPN.com/Jomboy. The way I say it for the people, BBD, it's more content. It's safer content. ExpressVPN, go check them out. ExpressVPN.com/Jomboy. 3 months free if you sign up now. So go check it out. More content, safer content. Bang. That's how you do it. That's how you do it. BBD, bro of the night. I'm going to be a little tidy. We do have to start getting for talking baseball. I think both of our guys are going to be from the same game here. I'm going with Urias. Julio Urias. We touched on this a little bit. He pitches the final 3 innings for the Dodgers. And think we were doing this live during the live stream. If you've been watching with us, thank you, and keep joining. We'll be doing them. The Dodgers bullpen, I mean, it's been an Achilles heels of sort. They've had, Kershaw, Walker Buehler. They've had starting pitching throughout the years. They've had a crazy lineup throughout the years. The Achilles heel has been their bullpen, and in a deciding Game 7, Urias, 24-year-old pitcher from Mexico. And by the way, he came up early. This is like his 4th. This is part of his 5th MLB season. Came up when he was 19. And BBD, he was a huge prospect. He was a top 5 prospect. And he's still kind of finding his way a little bit. I think you'll see him be a starting pitcher. But in this bullpen, as we saw last night, what he did can be more important than a start. May and Gonsolin combined for 3 innings, and they gave up 3 runs. Urias finishes the game, so it's this weird sports world we're in now that, you want to see the traditional starting pitcher. It's kind of not that way, and hey, when Urias locks him down for the final 3 innings, Roberts looks great, Urias looks great. So good for him, man. Urias locks it down. He fends off what's been the, Dodgers' Achilles heel, and you wonder what this does for the rest of his career. He's been good. He's got a 3.2 ERA, 38 games started, 74 appearances, so he's bounced back and forth, 239 innings pitched, 232 strikeouts. Again, a 3.2 ERA, so he's been good. He's still really young. He's 24. A lot of guys don't get called up until they're 24, so this guy might have a bright future. This could be his postseason coming out party, and we'll see what the rest looks like. But for now, he pitched the final 3 innings shutty against a really good Braves lineup that had been dominating this series to the fact it put them up 3-1, and then he has that performance. So shout out to him. He keeps Kenley and Kershaw in the pen, which kind of rude but kind of true. So I'm giving it to Urias, BBD.
Yeah. Pretty recently turned 24.
Yeah.
He's in August.
He's young. He's a youth.
He's young.
Mexico.
Still figure it out and be like a good starter for them.
Yeah.
Which would be the best case scenario. But I think it's kind of clear at minimum he'll be able to become like a decent reliever, like a pretty good high leverage guy.
Yeah,
Seems like he's got the tools there.
I think what's tricky, and this is a little bit of a Dodgers deep dive, is like 11 games this year, he had 10 starts. So he was a starting pitcher this year. And I think if this was a normal season, we would have seen Urias with, 28 starts and 150 innings pitched, whatever. Because, man, he's kind of been blocked for a while. They had Maeda, the Dodgers have had starting pitching
of riches,
where he's been the 6th or 7th starter. The year before this, he had 37 games, 8 starts. So, this kind of was supposed to be his year, you're a starting pitcher, go get it. And he was, but in the shortened season, and now he ends up in the pen because of how baseball's played now. So, good for him. Hey, have a good World Series, and you're a young 24-year-old stud that's going to be like the 3 in the Dodgers rotation next year, or the 2. So, I'm giving it to Urias.
Free agency young.
Yeah, right. BBD, who's your brilliant?
You got to hit your layups. Cody Bellinger hit the dig dropping homer.
Yeah,
go ahead
big
shot. It was really cool. Have yourself a moment.
Yeah,
it was the moment of the game. It was pretty awesome. He had the weird shoulder injury thing that I think we're just all pretending didn't happen.
Yeah.
Because it would kind of make him look bad. No, it's not like your fault, but whatever. He's really good. The defense is locked down.
Yeah.
Like, he's been everything they want, even with the down year. He's been good enough in the playoffs, and he all came together yesterday with the homer. So,
yeah, and he's
all good to me.
He's been pretty good these playoffs. I'll get the numbers, which
I think overall the numbers are good for the playoffs, but I haven't looked at them.
His postseason career up to this year, he's been bad. The dude won the MVP last year at age 24, by the way. And then he had a meh year this year, and with how good the Dodgers are, like, he's hitting sixth. He's hitting behind the catcher, Will Smith, that I don't think a lot of baseball people are that familiar with, who's also been having a good playoffs, by the way. But let me see if I can get these stats quick. Belly, in this year's playoffs, he's got a 9.11 OPS, 3 homers. He's been doing pretty good, and I think he got off to a slowish start. If I take out the wild card game, does it get better? We're chopping up stats. Yeah, it gets a little better. 972 OPS. He's been really good. But yeah, man, they've slid him down to 6, and his defense has been like his highlight.
Part of it is they like doing left-right stuff. So I would assume, like, based on performance, they'd still probably list him above, like, Will Smith if they were just putting people in order of how they've done this year. But the left-right stuff, 5th and 6th, kind of the same.
You wonder if he can flip with Muncy, though. Muncy's been cleaning up, and Muncy's been having kind of a tough year. He had the one nice home run. I don't know.
They have so many good players.
Yeah, it's a good problem to have.
Really pick him out of the hat.
He's taking some walks,
top 7.
Playing really good defense. Good for Belly. I wonder
home run was awesome.
I wonder if that sparks him to begin kind of a second half of his playoff career. Good for you, Belly. Good for you. Texting his friend Cole Tucker. He was excited. Flex. Our friend Cole Tucker. Flex. Dodgers won 4-3. Belly, a game-winning home run in a deciding game.
I'm just going to say it. Cody Bellinger, future friend.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. Oh, big time.
Yeah.
Big time. So those are the Bros of the Nights. Couple Dodgers. You win a Game 7. That's how it goes. Again, sorry, Braves fans. Sorry, Atlanta fans. Tough. All right, BBD, let's wrap it up. What we're watching tonight. No baseball. How about that? No baseball. There is a double Monday Night Football, Chiefs-Bills. I think that one got pushed due to some COVID stuff, right?
I think so. I know that there wasn't a Thursday night game last week. I'm assuming,
right.
Was that game supposed
to
be
was that this? Yeah. I feel like someone told us, but we ignored it.
Yeah.
And then Cardinals-Cowboys, the nightcap, Keith McPherson's Cowboys. How about them Cowboys? Are we excited for this, BBD? I don't know.
Cowboys,
Andy Dalton's
I think
Cowboys.
all those teams are within a game of each other again.
Andy Dalton's Cowboys versus Kyler Murray and the Cardinals. That's kind of fun. I'll watch that game. And maybe the Bills can keep the Chiefs close. I don't know, though.
They're
Chiefs,
both 4-1, 5-1, whatever.
They're good teams.
However many games there's been, 4-1.
Chiefs are coming off a loss to the Raiders, so they might come in sharp and feeling good. We'll see. Watch some football tonight. Like, flush it out. If you've been tracking the baseball like we have, 2 games. Double dip. Why not? Both on main TV networks. Check out the football. We got to tie it off, people. Thank you. Have a good Monday. Have a great week. Get ready. Check out Talking Baseball. Talking Giants. They got a dub. If you're a Giants fan, go check it out.
Got to be happy for once.
Yeah, how about that? Thank you, guys. Bake the algorithm. Go sports. Watch some football tonight. It's cool. It's cool. And then we'll get into some World Series, baby. Exciting stuff. Enjoy your week. You're all beautiful. I love you. Click the like. Leave a comment or review. You're beautiful. You're beautiful. Tweet at us. Say hi. Like an Instagram post. I don't know. Do whatever. Love you.
ExpressVPN.com/Jomboy.
ExpressVPN. Bake the algorithm.